Prime Minister said social distancing should be lifted gradually and prudently. Airlines to increase flights from April 16. Vietnamese sculptor exhibit artworks online. Hello and welcome to FBNC News with latest updates from Vietnam. This is Đойлг and thank you for being with us today. Yesterday, April 16, Vietnam recorded one more new case of COVID-19. This is the 268th case in the country. Patient 268 is a Vietnamese female, 16 years old, Hmong ethnicity, living in remote mountainous areas close to the Chinese border of Dong Văn district, Hà Giang province. She has 3 brothers who all work across the border in China. Currently, the patients are being isolated and treated at Dong Văn District General Hospital. This is the first COVID-19 patient of Hà Giang province. On the other hand, the last 3 COVID-19 patients in a hospital in the northern province of Hà Nam were declared to have fully recovered on the morning of April 16. This makes Hà Nam free of COVID-19 for now. In the latest meeting, the Prime Minister said that social distancing measures need to be lifted in a gradual and prudent manner that suit each locality's situation, so together we can achieve the dual target of effectively controlling the COVID-19 and ensuring socio-economic development.
Addressing in the April 15th meeting, Prime Minister called on people to continue support the government and adhering to disease prevention and control measures. The government leader pointed out the necessity to have cautious and appropriate measures to gradually bring life back to normal when the pandemic is pushed back. He also stressed that effective fight against COVID-19 must be based on the maintenance of economic activities at certain levels. At the meeting, Prime Minister Phuc agreed with the National Steering Committee about the classification of localities into 3 groups, depending on the level of risks of spreading the disease. Accordingly, the high-risk group includes 12 localities, namely Hà Nội, Hồ Chí Minh City, Lào Cai, Quảng Ninh, Bắc Ninh, Ninh Bình, Đà Nẵng, Quảng Nam, Bình Thuận, Khánh Hòa, Tây Ninh, and Hà Tĩnh. They will continue implementing Directive 16, which includes social distancing among measures, until April 22nd or April 30th, depending on their situation, or even longer if new infections are found. Meanwhile, among the 36 provinces that have low risks of spreading, the possibility of COVID-19 transmission is still very high, so they have to continue complying with Directive 15. Besides, the existing policy on the country's exit-entry control needs to be continued until April 30th.
The Vietnamese government and people agreed unanimously to fight the COVID-19 pandemic with social distancing measures in order to quickly combat the disease. However, there are still many individuals and groups that seem to be taking the disease too lightly.
These images were recorded at 6 p.m. on the 15th of April in Bình Thạnh district in Ho Chi Minh City. Within the area, it was easy to spot many people sitting close together, chatting and playing with no face masks, despite the fact that the Ministry of Health has repeatedly issued warnings that the majority of COVID-19 infections were due to close contact and not wearing masks.
I think it's okay, nothing to worry. I don't have close contact with them, but I'm a bit worried for them. I think they should wear masks or play some other sports, of which the players can keep a safe distance. I'm a bit worried too because they don't follow the Directive 16 on social distancing measures. The security guard here did remind them, but they don't listen.
Following the direction of the Prime Minister, the whole country continues to practice social distancing until the 22nd of April. Ho Chi Minh City is one of the 12 localities in the high-risk group. Therefore, it's necessary for the residents to strictly comply with the medical and social distancing measures and continue to join hands to fight the pandemic.
On April 15, domestic airlines including Vietnam Airlines, Jetstar and Vietjet announced that from April 16, they will increase flight frequency between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. But the time difference between two consecutive landings in Ho Chi Minh City should be at least 90 minutes.
Vietnam Airlines will operate 2 flights a day on the Hanoi-Ho Chi Minh City route while maintaining 1 flight daily on the routes between Da Nang and Hanoi-Ho Chi Minh City. Jetstar Pacific will also increase the frequency of its flights between the 2 biggest cities to 1 daily instead of 4 a week. Meanwhile, Vietjet Air plans to operate 2 daily flights between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, 1 flight between Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang. The airlines pledged to strictly adhere to hygienic and disinfection, including health checks and health declaration of passengers, leaving space between seats and spraying disinfectants after each flight at the end of the day. Passengers will also be required to wear face masks throughout the duration of the flight.
Yesterday, on April 15, the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, and Vietnam's Ministry of Planning and Investment, or MPI, virtually signed a $42 million agreement to enhance Vietnam's economic competitiveness.
Under the agreement, USAID commits to enhance the capacity of Vietnamese small and growing businesses through its technical assistance by facilitating access to competitiveness-enhancing technology, business management skills, and capital. The agreement also aims to foster greater entrepreneurship, enable deeper linkages of Vietnamese startups to corporations, investment capital, and other supporting organizations in the international innovation and startup ecosystems, as well as strengthen high-quality human capital needed for a robust, knowledge-based economy. U.S. Ambassador to Vietnam Daniel J. Crittenbrink said this agreement reflects the United States' continued commitment to support Vietnam's efforts to become a more open, innovative, and inclusive economy.
International Finance Corporation, or IFC, a member of the World Bank Group, has just signed a memorandum of understanding with Vietnam's Plant Protection Department under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to support Vietnam's exports in expanding fruit export markets.
According to the MOU, in the next 4 years, IFC will coordinate with Vietnam's Plant Protection Department to expand export markets for the Vietnamese fruits that meet the international standards, such as dragon fruit and passion fruit. Kyle Hoffer, IFC's country manager for Vietnam, Cambodia and Laos, said that access to new and diverse markets not only helps increase export sales and expand production, but also improves the resilience of Vietnamese agricultural businesses in the face of drastic declines in demand in some markets due to the Covid-19 pandemic, and with the aim to build a sustainable and high-value-added agriculture for Vietnam. The IFC representative also said that, in cooperation with the Australian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, the government of Japan, and the Korea Green Growth Trust Fund, IFC will support Vietnam in launching an online platform on requirements related to export of dragon fruit and passion fruit by 2022.
A sculpture exhibition featuring the latest works by 13 Vietnamese artists has been released online this week.
The show, called Điêu Khắc Việt, or A Taste of Vietnamese Sculpture, features 60 works of different materials such as wood, bronze, composite, and ceramics, selected by the organizer and curator Iris Phạm. Most of the works portray life, youth, and love. Highlighted works featuring women and children in daily lives are created by female artists Huỳnh Thảo, Nguyễn Thị Dung, and Hồ Nguyễn. Huỳnh Thảo sculptures in lacquer and composite with lotuses left a good impression on viewers. The works in vivid colors highlight the beauty of the natural world. Sculptor Hồ Nguyễn sent its works with theme of children and environment to the showcase. One of his works, called Em Mơ or I Dream features children in sleep surrounded with polluted atmosphere. The exhibition is displayed on the Facebook page Việt Art Exchange and will close on April 20th. The page has attracted more than 1,200 members, mostly Vietnamese artists, collectors, and galleries. Việt Art Exchange aims to help young Vietnamese artists introduce their art and connect them with the viewers.
That's it for today. Appreciate your attention. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Goodbye.